This is the Ghana Today podcast show, the only show that bridges the gap between knowledge and those supposed to acquire them. We talk politics, sports, music, trends, and some rants here and there. My name is Sky, and I am your host.
You are welcome to the Ghana Today show, JTS for short, and I am your host, Sky. Well, this being the first episode, I would like to take you through the segments of the show. On the first segment, we have something to notice, where we talk about some things that are worth noticeable in our society as Ghanaians and the diaspora at large. And on the second segment, we talk trends, be it sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. And on the last segment, it's my favorite part, and I call it the rant, where I talk emotionally and passionately about things affecting our society as Ghanaians and the world at large. You are listening to the Ghana Today show. With that being said, let's get started. Have you noticed the kind of behavior that the educated youth have towards Ghanaian politics and politics as a whole? It's quite unfortunate that the educated, who are supposed to have some sort of understanding of how the world works, seem not to be perturbed about anything politics. They would rather spend their time talking about football, lifestyle, talking and gossiping about celebrity couples and whatnot, which I find quite disturbing. You log on to Twitter and think, oh, this is the place where minds meet, where education is, but you realize it's all just petty.
You are tuned in to the Ghana Today show.
Forgive me, I am your host. They are true. They are just silly. How can you be talking about Annie? For what reason? Why should we be? Should she be trending on Twitter for what? But well, that's it. We just turn a blind eye to politics, and we forget that we are the same people who take the seat or the mantle when our oldies are gone. The OGs. Yeah, the OGs. Well, I can bet you a penny that with the past election, I don't think 60% of the educated youth in the country voted. And these are my reasons. In my neighborhood, I can tell you, and even among my friends, that I was the only person who voted. And it's quite sad. Then they will come up with stories that we vote or we don't, it amounts to nothing. Well, it amounts to something. Your voice is being heard, you exercised your franchise, and your intellect is being put out there. I can bet you that the youth, or the educated youth as I term them, don't even know the political ideologies of the main political parties in Ghana, which is sad. And if we, as educated youth, don't participate in the daily activities of political affairs in the country, then where is our country headed to? So, in view of that, it was nice when I saw the Speak Up Ghana thing on Twitter, and I was like, whoa, we are getting there. But I have my reservations about that, and I think I'm gonna rant about it later on in the show. You are still listening to the Ghana Today show, and this is your host, Sky. Let's talk trends. On the weekly trends, we had a lot to ponder about, both on Twitter and other social media sites. But I will mostly focus on Twitter because I think it's the best, or is the better social media network or app in the world. First we talk football. The Champions League. The Champions League. So on Friday there was the draw took place, and these are the teams that were drawn in the quarter-final stage. Manchester City faces off with Borussia Dortmund. Chelsea FC Porto. Chelsea falla like that. FC Bayern Munich faces off with Paris Saint-Germain. And the big one, Real Madrid against Liverpool. Although these two teams are not in their best of forms, you should expect a cracker, because this is like a revenge for Liverpool. And if they don't, Charlie, Real Madrid for best 3-0. We for win this match. So that's it on Champions League. Yeah, so that's all I have for you on football. Moving on, let's talk the Grammys. Hey, I didn't know Ghanaians were worried about winning the Grammys, or Ghanaian artists were worried about winning the Grammys. They were worried about not winning the Grammys. Hey, that was an amope. If you ask me personally, is the Grammy really worth it? I'll say no, because look, it was set up in a particular country for a certain kind of people. Well, it has gained a global recognition, or is doing much in the global space, but it's not really for everyone. They talk about sales and whatnot, but they really know, or they do know, that some countries and some genres cannot afford that quantum leap of a sales, like Kizomba genre, the High Life genre. Even though the High Life is much popular within the West African community, the world doesn't really understand or know or appreciate that kind of genre. So the Grammys in itself is not really a global thing that we should be bothered about if our artists win or don't win. But it would be quite nice and a fantastic experience if a Ghanaian artist had won. Yeah. So I have not much to say about the Grammys, but I was worried when Ghanaians took to Twitter to laugh at our artists or acts for not winning, and some of our acts ridiculing the industry, saying the industry lacks support and a lot of things. But let me say this: Shatta Wale started his movement on a hate agenda, inciting beef against other artists, and you expect to be supported when you drop a project. How? And then I'll go with this one. You had a collaboration with Beyonce, and instead of you using that project to bring together the industry for your own good, you decided to ridicule and laugh at people. The song didn't make an impact, so it wasn't sent or even nominated in the Grammys. The best song was sent, and it won, which featured Wizkid, our Nigerian counterpart. So, who is the orchestrator of his or her own downfall? Shatta Wale is you. Blame yourself for everything that happened. To our Ghanaian artists, I know you guys are doing well without the money and the promotion, but you guys make it happen. Especially to Sarkodie, who has taken the name of Ghana to places even political parties or political affiliations cannot take us to. Thank you for that. Personally, I don't think the Grammys is worth what people think it is. but it is nice to have one, of course, but I don't think it is worth what it is. Imagine if Burna Boy wasn't signed to PDD. Would he have been nominated? Even with Afrobeat being on the rise, which I'll talk about later on in other episodes of the show, Afrobeat has been on the rise and is on the ascendancy, but they have not seen to recognize it as a major genre in the Grammy nomination category. The scheme, the categories, yes. So yeah, about the Grammys, its importance is somehow lost to me in an act or an artist career. There are major acts or artists who have never won the Grammys and they are still kicking it off. They are worldwide and they are known everywhere. So it doesn't matter. When you accept your own first, the world will come. So yeah, that's my take on the whole Grammy thing. And Kojo Sheldon, he's not done anything. He has done what every blogger would do. You feed on your influences, you feed off your responses and other things. He does every bit he can to promote Ghanaian music, and that's all we bloggers or creatives want to do. We help each other. So to win the Grammys, it's not about Kojo Sheldon. Kojo Sheldon is so yeah, that's my take on the whole Grammy thing. And it's about time we change most of the things in our industry. Our industry is too small. Well, we have big fishes, a small pool. I say blue whale or that swimming in Shatawale any swimming pool. So that is it. Okay, so that's it for the Trends Show. I call it the Weekly Trends, and you are still listening to the Ghana Today Show. Okay, so here comes my favorite part, the rants. Yes, the rants. But they come rants. Now listen, I hope most of you guys saw the hashtag that was trending within the week. Speak Up Ghana. So this is how it started. I was on Twitter and I saw Sneaker Nyame space. I saw his space here and I joined the space. Well, I have to say Twitter is kind of a jerk. You create anything Android iPhone first. Why? I don't know time Android users are. But that's a case for tomorrow. So let's leave it at that. So I joined the space and I joined and I requested to speak because for a while I thought I could contribute to what they were saying. And this guy was speaking and you could feel the political undertone. He was talking about how our leaders are mistreating us. They are not managing our economies well, and we Ghanaians or the youth must speak up. Well, he went as far by even saying that the president, the fat-bellied president in our local dialect. I was offended, so I wanted them to approve my request so that I could speak and reprimand him on that, but I wasn't given the chance, so I left the space. Later on, I saw most of the people that were in the space tweeting with the hashtag Speak Up Ghana. I got worried and I was like, wow, look, it takes just a little spark to ignite a revolution. And I am all for revolution, but what I don't like is every revolution comes with a political undertone. It's either set off by the opposing side or the minority side, which is quite worrying. Look, we are all for speaking up. I am one person who thinks that Twitter is and will be the best social media app that will change the world. But if you are going to do it under the guise of just speaking up, we must, with some political undertones, we must just not do it. So I want to ask those who are in that space, are you speaking up for yourself, or you are speaking up because Sneaker Nyame created the space and it's asking you to speak up. Well, true. We are all facing a lot of things they talked about in the space, like the housing thing, which I thought was a very good and laudable idea a certain lady brought up. But what do you know about Ghana politics? What do you know about the NPP or the NDC? What are their political ideologies? Yes, you can speak.
You are tuned in to the Ghana
for
Today show,
or
and
against
I am
them?
your host,
That
Nyame
is
Sky.
the problem here. Everybody has got an agenda, as the agenda boys will say on Twitter. What is your agenda? What is Sneaker Nyame's agenda by creating the space and asking us to speak up? Speak up for who? They are the questions you should ask yourself before speaking up. We are living in on a continent where within 2 years or every year, a country or a neighboring country fights, is disturbed with riots or coup d'etat. Are we going to toe that line and say we are speaking up, so everything must come to a halt? Every development we've fought for, we've made peace for, come to an end because we want to speak up as youth? No. We need to speak up, but when we do, we must follow protocol. Do what is right. Speak for Ghana, not against Ghana. Don't speak for a politician somewhere who is giving out or dishing out money for people to create this unfavorable atmosphere for the ruling party. No. Speak for yourself. Take an aspect of the Ghanaian political or socio-economic environment and talk about it passionately. Don't follow people who would lead you to doing things you don't want to do. This rant continues in the next episode. Join me then. This is your host, Nyame Eska, and you are listening to the Ghana Today Show. Okay, to end the show, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who listened. My name is Nyame Sky. Until next time, I'm out.